she should put some ice cubes, eh? Where is that phone? So yeah, good evening. I have not been talking these past few days because, to be honest, I want to slow down on politics. That is just the truth. I want to slow down on politics. You know, politics is good. I like it, but then it has its own inconveniences. Politics is good, but it has its own inconveniences. And I, for one, I think I've suffered quite a lot. You know, I've suffered quite a lot in terms of, you know, as a result of politics. I've suffered quite a lot as a result of politics. I think in this country, my wife? May I have also the phone? There is a phone that is in the sitting room. I have suffered, I think among the people, you know, in the current crop of politicians, I think I'm one of those who has suffered greatly as a result of politics. And as a result of basically telling the truth. As a result of basically telling the truth, I have suffered greatly. I appreciate a number of you people, you know, have been encouraging me, you know, you are happy with what I've been doing, you admire my courage and everything. Unfortunately, you know, sometimes, you know, you have to weigh. Yes, ma'am. Thanks. Sometimes you have to weigh, you know, like they say in Bemba, atukupi mame ishino wunga. You know, you have to weigh what you have and the battle that you are fighting. You know, I want to emphasize that sometimes one has to weigh, you know, what he has, and the battle that he's fighting for. You have to weigh what ammunition you have and the battle that you are engaging in. So a lot of you have been, especially these days when I've kind of changed my approach to politics, a lot of you have been saying a lot of things. You know, some of you have been calling me a coward. Some of you have been calling me a Mushaninabwari who has been paid. Some of you, you just want to be cleared of your court cases and so on and so forth. You can say all that you want. I just don't care. I want to tell you that you can say all that you want. I just don't care. Why I don't care? Because really, of the many things that I've been through, how many of you have really stood up by me? How many of you have really stood by me? How many have really helped me, even when I'm inside, and helped me with my family? How many of you have helped me with me going to court and I've got lawyers and so on and so forth? How many of you? So, you know, you can say whatever you want. I just don't care. I just don't care. I will speak when I want to speak. Like tonight, I feel like, okay, let me talk. I will talk. I know I will lose following. I know whatever. But really, look, I can have the huge following. I can have a million people following me because I'm speaking what they like. But when I get into trouble and that 1 million people are not anywhere to help me, I mean, what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? I would rather remain with my few loyal supporters who understand me, who understand me, my few loyal supporters who are with me, because I want to appreciate there are people that are really dedicated in trying to help me, except that their help is not enough. Their help is not enough. I have people really, I really appreciate them, and I think they put up a great sacrifice, to send you a 1 pin there, to send you a 500 there. I am so grateful to those people. Unfortunately, that support is not enough if you look at the battle that I have to face. And the battle that I have to face for me, it is not only with the UPND government. It started with the PF. The PF. Today, the PF, you want to stand up and say, hey, you are compromised. Hey, you are whatever. Nonsense. Imova PF, you are the ones that started. You are the one that started to be incarcerating me. You are incarcerating me. Lelo, you want to turn around and you want me to speak for you. When I was trying to advise you, trying to tell you of the wrong things that you are doing, you were incarcerating me. But today you want me to champion the cause to fight against Hakainde Hichilema. You want me to champion the cause to fight against Hakainde Hichilema. When I was speaking against your regime, you were arresting me. So, before you start throwing stones, but PF, you have got no bring. But my baby, this is a small whatever. And you are putting three ice cubes. Why?
I told you the balance, the gravity, it's going to spill.
Which gravity? You are talking English, me and science. I just want ice in here. Not if you're gravity. Look at my daughter. She's talking about gravity. Gravity. Pakuvika fena nkane classroom. Kabiyo ko iwe. Gravity. Kuvika nkane ice muna iwe. Ulatana. Abana. Alita science papena. Hali mbikira tunankane tuma ice tutatu. Ala. Kwa tendeshta mais. That's one of my daughters, by the way. Put in the big glass. Put ice. The whole tray of those, that tray of ice cubes. Put them in the glass and put whatever. So, But PF, muleke. This nonsense of you talking what? Muleke. To start with, when you are in power yourself, even some of these things that you complain about PF, it's useless. You did a lot of wrong things even yourself. You did a lot of things. Just that you are out of power now, you are facing, some of the things that you did. You are facing them, and now you want to complain. And you want people like me to start championing, speaking for you, when you were doing the same thing that UPND is doing. I'm not going to pretend that UPND is the best. UPND and PF, they are like semen, twins. They are the same. UPND also, they have been incarcerating me. I'm still going kuma court. I've got a number of cases because of UPND, because they don't want to be criticized. But what nonsense! What I hate most is this nonsense where I bring up a point. I'm talking about something, and you start talking. Hey, no, it is because of this. Hey, it is because of this. This nonsense. We have to stop it, Zambians. Come on. Why do you become personal? I'm talking about a national issue. Instead of you responding to the issue that I'm talking about, you become personal. Hey, you are doing this because you want to be paid, whatever. Hey, because you want your cases to be dropped. And some of these things that you talk, when are you going to realize that whatever you talk about is not truthful? When are you going to realize? Mukalekalisa ukulanda ifishilipanga sense mukalekalisa ile kwa liba PF when PF was in power. If I support the PF, by UPND, you are saying, hey, you are doing this because PF is paying you. That's what you used to say. But who was paying me in PF? Who was paying me in PF? If I criticize the PF, UPND, UPND, no, but PF, hey, you are being whatever. But who, again, from UPND, who was paying me? Who from PF, who was paying me? Eh? I mean, I live my life, and I've never refused. Where people have given me money, I have even declared it. I'm the only transparent politician who is even able to say, I'm very transparent. But you make it like, no, that is how I survive, that is my life. Total nonsense. Total nonsense. Look at my life. Look at my life. Ututuma peanuts talk about to washing yakupera ka 5 pin, yakupera ka 5 pin. You think it can sustain my life? You think it can sustain my life? No, I've slowed down on politics. I'm running a factory. We are supplying a roofing sheets. I'm running Guangzhou roofing company. That is what I'm running. So, whatever. I've now changed. So, muleko kulanda. Busy with the moment I just advertise to say I'm running this factory, muli busy. Ukula tuma CV to him. Hey, twingishe kwenchito. Just yesterday mwari took up. Ndamieva, I'm not on the same level. And nadimieva kobat ine te chinchule lesa ali ntemwa. Lesa eunsunga. Even some of these politicians, some of them, they think that, no, we can hold Tayali to ransom. No, you can't. You can't hold me to ransom. My God is the one that looks after me. I've not started today, and I've been in business for a long time. Some people are saying, hey, now you have been employed. Now you have gone to business. I've been in business a long time. I've been employing people from a long time. I opened my first company 2004. That's when I opened my company. 2004. That's when I opened my first company. 2004. By 2007, I had 19 workers. 2007, I had 19 workers. After 3 years, I was even able to borrow money from a bank. Because you cannot just go to a bank. A company cannot just go to a bank and borrow money unless that company is doing well. And my company was doing well. Chilufya Computer Solutions. We were servicing over 35 hotels and lodges in this country. I was flying from one place to the other. I was moving in the region. In the region, South Africa, Zimbabwe, servicing clients. Diapers today. You're just coming from diapers. Pakwisa mtauni uendanama jombo infra ilero ke ufira wakera mugwati pakwisa mtauni uise mukula tukaini. Nonsense. Politics. The problem with politics in social media, they make us look useless. But the point I'm trying to make is that, I am a man of my own. And I say what I think. I don't come here on social media to say something to please somebody. No. Even if you have given me money, I will not come and say something that I'm not convinced about. I will not do that. I can just chew your money. I'll come here and say what I want. And whatever I'm saying now, and what I said during the PF, it's out of my conviction. So when I say, according to me, HH, ama foreign trips yakwe, they are fruitful. They are beneficial to this country. It is my conviction. It is not this nonsense of saying, somebody, no, you are saying this because you want them to clear you of my courts. Kabiyo nyuko na wewe ne bantu mulira ndapu. I mean, I've been going to court, whatever. I've been here begging them, shani. What have they done for me? What have they done for me? Hey, because whatever. What have they done for me? What have they done for me? I'm still going to court. I still go to court. I mean, these people have got UPND. I have got no obligation to UPND. I've got no obligation to HH. And they don't owe me, I don't owe them anything. I don't owe HH anything. I don't owe HH anything. I don't owe UPND anything. Those cases that you are talking about, I've been defending myself. I've been going to court. So what stupidity is this to say, no, you want them to clear you of your courts? Why am I going to court? If they are going to clear me, why am I going to court? Why am I defending myself? I shouldn't be defending myself. If there is an agreement that these people are going to let go of me, why should I be defending myself? Why should I be going to court? Why should I be pleading with lawyers? Please, let's go. Let's go and help me. Why should I be doing that? Why should I be doing that? So you are just naive. Some of you Zambians, you are just too naive. You don't want to reason. You don't want to see things for what they are. You don't want to do that. Let me close the door so that in Dande win. Just bring by switch finish. Yeah. She has now put, look, that's how I like it. These court cases that you talk about, yes, to be honest with you, I wish I could have been helped. And I wish I could have been helped not only by the UPND. I wish I could have been helped to start with the PF. Because some of these cases, my cases are not, it's not that I've stolen or corruption, no. My cases, all of them emanate from me talking here. All the cases, they emanate from me talking here. All the cases from what I said here. And some of these things that I used to talk about, it was for the benefit of a PF, for the benefit of Edgar Lungu. But when I was going through problems, I was not assisted. So stop talking about my cases. PF, stop talking about my cases, because some of these cases, they were to your benefit. I got into this trouble because of you. And you didn't help me. Whilst others were busy saying, hey, PF is doing what? Tamakwa attention number. I've walked away from the PF because you are saying, hey, but PF Pepsi. I'm still drinking Pepsi. I'm still living in Roma. Allah? Total nonsense. I'm still living in Roma. I'm still driving my Hilux. And today I've even acquired a big property, a big business. I've acquired it. Is it PF who has bought for me? But you are busy. Hey, PF. You are busy. Hey, I go and have a wedding in Ethiopia. Hey, PF. Kwisa. I always appreciate Mwamba. He came and attended that wedding. But those who were there, ask them. With due respect, I'm not insulting them or anything, but ask them if there was anyone who even brought a wine. Ask them. I did everything. Go and ask for PF who sponsored that wedding. But you were busy. PF. Now I'm not with PF. As my life changed. So my point is that take what I say as my opinion, as my point of view. Not always to be, no, you are saying this because of what? Kuvulwa mano, nishamano ya perela. It means you can't reason. Instead of responding to what I've spoken about, you go and start attacking me personally. That is nonsense. That is stupidity. To tell you the truth, it is stupidity. Address my issue. Don't start talking about my personal issues when you don't know how I survive. You don't know. Me, I survive by God's grace. That's how I survive. I don't survive because of Edgar Lungu. You're Edgar Lungu. I'm not talking to him. Whatever, he's not doing anything. And he didn't do anything. But I'm still here. Yes, I do struggle, but I'm still here. Abawa PA by UPND. No, by UPND. Because of the court cases. Iti wupu woba mulechita. Inama cases na kwata. They are political. And those cases na kwata. Only a judge who is unfair would convict me. Only a judge who is being used would convict me. Only a judge who is compromised, who is being used would convict me. Because, I mean, really, what? Abantu tawafolele. People are not getting paid. And you come and talk, imwe foleshen ya abantu aba. Mairatiyo, tie kukoti. Upita no pita nat yo wachitefi. Guys. Ulande ko imwe akateka chiteni fati yo watuka ba president. Honestly. So I've got no case that a reasonable judge who really is being fair would convict me. There is no, unless that judge really just wants to punish me because of whatever personal issues, but really my cases are very straightforward. So I've got no reason to bend, to start kneeling on my knees, pleading with the UPND to say, please, Napapata, save me. I've got no need. Yes, I hate going to court because it takes your time. So if I ask for help, it's simply to say, please, let me live my life instead of going to court. I just don't like spending time at court. That's what I don't like. You go to court. I go to court on average 2 days every week. 2 days every week. For how long? That is what I hate. I don't fear conviction. I don't fear conviction because there is no conviction in my cases. There is no conviction. Because my romkesa onfo bansta akwiti. Mukata mpokulanda that yo, it is because he was supporting Hakainde Hichilema. There is nothing. If Hakainde Hichilema wanted to help me, I would not be going to court. I would not be going with lawyers to court. But you go and attend my cases. Those prosecutors, some of them, they even lie. They even bring witnesses to lie against me. But UPND, they are helping me. Because if they were really helping me, I mean, some of these cases shouldn't even be going on. I don't want to pick one case because but you know some of these cases where really the case shouldn't be going on. You know. But there they are. Awama prosecutors vale sabali no. And tema prosecutors that Chan Wakapokola, senior advocates from any PA. From any PA sent by Gilbert Piri, the DPP. Sent by Gilbert Piri, the DPP. Kaide Boswa. Alawa to Makavie and go and prosecute Tayali. Go and make sure Tayali is jailed. I speak for them. Tampokula ukula bootlicking. No, I don't. So my UPND, I mean, there is nothing that I owe them. So don't bring in. My point is I'm emphasizing. When I say something, don't say you are saying this because of whatever. Tamwakaleke, tamwakanake. Because some time back you are saying cheat, you are saying this, you are supporting Lungu because Lungu is giving you money. I have come here, I've told you Lungu was not giving me money. You even accused, the Lungu wa mshtire Hilux. Pana di but tamasha mika tensoni. Lungu wa msonkerere nganda. Nchiri muno. Look at my issues. What am I talking about? When I say Hakainde Hichilema's travels, foreign trips, they are beneficial. When I say Hakainde Hichilema's trajectory of trying to revamp this economy is on good course, is on course. It is not because Hakainde Hichilema has done anything. He hasn't done anything. I wish he had done something for me, yes, but he hasn't done anything. But the truth of the matter is, So far as we are, so far, I mean, as bad as things may be, the best guy that we have in Hakainde Hichilema. So far, now you can bring them, you can start mentioning banani. Start writing them here. Start writing them down at vachite kutina vasampaula once. Just that, I mean, I wouldn't want to start decampaigning them here. But you can mention a machina, banani. I can tell you. Just that, you know, sometimes I want kuba shamu, kafi. You know, I mean, they are my friends, they are some of my fellow opposition, so, you know, kui welcome. But so far, Mwingalande Filipino for Mwingafuaya, Hakainde Hichilema is the best that we have. Is the best that we have. Not that he's good, no. He has got his own weaknesses. I was watching the press briefings. Frankly speaking, there are so many things that I said, like, really, why should he be saying this? So when I say he's the best that we have at the moment, it's not that I'm saying, you know, he's the best, you know, leader. No, you have to make that difference. Hear my argument. I'm saying he's the best among the politicians that we have. He's the best that we have. But that is not to say he's the best leader. No. Make that difference very clearly. I am saying Hakainde Hichilema at the moment is the best that we have among the politicians. But that is not to say he's the best leader. No, there is a difference. There is a difference. But because some of you too no, you fail to reason. I don't even know why you come to social media and open your mouth and make comments. Because some of your comments that you make, they are trash. Fish should end up. But for the says, when I make a statement, I back those statements. When I say Hakainde Hichilema, at the moment is the best among the politicians that we have. Why do I say that? Number one, Zambia at the moment is entrenched in debt. Our economy is so bad. Abantu balayipa kunkongole. Zambia yafika pale apako wati nga muntu fye on an individual level. You may even want to kill yourself. Opo yafika Zambia. We have got so much debt such that the money that we are making really cannot even pay our debt. And if a person has got so much debt, isho fola, imagine umuntu ulawomba ufola 10,000 kwacha. But walikuwa 10 Kongole 7,000 kwacha. Wafola 10,000 kwacha. 7,000 kwacha has to go kunkongole. Washala na 3 pini. Wikalamunga ndaya renti 2,500. Washala na 500. Fewer ukuya kunchitoka tushinga nikane. You need 1,000 kwacha. Washala waingira already mu deficit. What about ubunga? Ubunga taulashita, amala taulashita, abana tabala ya kuskuru, ku hospital, finchi. How can you survive? Mule kwata mano mwe bantu. Mulala wata fechi wate. Mule kwata mano wakwata mano waingirirabu. Era imwe mwe ignorant. Who doesn't even know anything. Ni mamu wata nefingi. You talk too much. Do you even know how much this country is owing? Do you even know? Do you even know what it takes for this country to come out of that debt? Do you even know? Do you even know what it takes? You think just because niba Edi Kalungu ukuwavika po bala sova. Hey, you think pantu niba Edi Kalungu. I mean nalabo fefa Edi Kalungu because abambishe foku balumbu. Nalabo fefa Edi Kalungu kai niba former president. Ero na bena bale njikata so it's okay. Nalabo fefa. Ba Edi Kalungu mwavika po. Mulenga matubunga kuti wawera. Mulengira matama nkene fuel kuti yabwera amala kuti yabwera mule mwana tufi yabwera vintu tetifiwele lekeni mieve nangu mwabika po abo bena tiba Edgar Lungu obonde bomfyafe but ngamulefa kutuma bika po ishinalimbi. I just don't want to upset these other leaders. Ngandefanga na chira bika po mashina ambi but I don't want to upset some of these leaders and shirefwaya but if you want, put whoever you want. Na la wonfyako ba Edgar Lungu because ba Edgar Lungu balipo. Mubabikepo. Bushefi ntukuti fyabwela. Tetifibwele. Tetifiwele. Why? Because at the moment, abantu bankongole, Eurobond 20 next year, by the way, if you don't know, next year, 2024, we must service the Eurobond, we must pay. Next year, one of the Eurobond is due, we must pay. Next year, 2024, we must pay. So nangumwabika pamoja ni mwebati, yo, this one is a great leader. This one, mumu kepo. Akesa nenda na mashakwe. It have nankani 1.5 billion. Akesa na yo. Akesa di pila. He won't come with it. And if you default ni ishimwalu leta. If you default in Congole ni ishimwalu leta. Defaulting on an international scene ni ishimwalu leta. It has got serious consequences. The interest shoots up. The interest shoots up. Some of your activities are restricted economically. Some of the things are restricted economically. Investment goes down. Abantu takule kuisa. Chimona wanko ngoli. And you feel kuweshe ngoli shavene. Then pathetic paria, when you are supposed to pay, you don't pay. Ulenjeva mu community abantu balambo kulanda pushana. Uleta lipile ngoli tabwesha. It doesn't pay debt. And who is going to give you debt? Who is going to do business with you? It becomes difficult. A country ni shmwalu leta. And this is what HH has been fighting. This is what HH has been fighting. Zambia has no capacity as we speak. It doesn't have the capacity to service those loans. It doesn't have. It doesn't have. Chimone koba gavana chimieva ufola 10 pin inkongole 7 pin. And you only have your salary. You can't pay. You can't pay. You can't, because if you pay the 7 pin, washana 3 pin, tawalie. You won't survive. You won't sustain your life. You won't sustain your life. So HH, what he has been doing is number one, debt restructuring move for, is to say, Chilen Kongole, 2024 Alaisa, ide Eurobond, tuikaripila iyo, postpone it, tukairipila kwa kuntanshi, elo tukatamboku iripila, panono, at a smaller, at a lower amount. Instead yakoba tukaripila yonsati, yo 1.5 billion, Ukwisha ichinja 1.5 billion, isapa tuiripile 1.5 billion, pamukumo, tuambo kutashani, ukuichita service panono. Ukuichita service panono, over a long time. That is what HH has been trying to do. And that is why HH has been flying all over. That is why HH has been flying all over. And this I'm not saying because HH Nandi Shamo. If I were just to be I don't know, scandalous or malicious, I would say a lot of things. I would really hammer HH big time, especially there. Now in that press conference last quarter, if I just want, I would really hammer him big time. But then I would not be patriotic. I will not be patriotic. I want to help you to understand this. That's why I am yo, hey, foreign trips. He has to go around, he has to convince people. And this doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. But PF, they were trying to do this. For how many? For how long? They even had to hire a consultant. They couldn't crack it. But at least HH has got that goodwill on the international level. At the moment, we don't have a leader that has got goodwill on the international level as much as HH enjoys. Yes, I can say, to some extent, our Fred member has got some goodwill. At least our Fred member has got some goodwill, especially from the Eastern Bloc. He has got the goodwill from the Eastern Bloc. But you see, the Eastern Bloc problem wakwata. They are those people, they are those kind of relatives where you would go and they will even make you sleep nicely, they will give you food. But as you are going, they are not those kind of people to say, as you are going now, longakotu. You can enjoy as long as you are in their house. But they are not very good at, listening to your problems and helping you out. This is the difference between the Western Bloc and the Eastern Bloc. The Eastern Bloc is quite slow in, standing up with you in emergencies. The Eastern Bloc, our China, Russia, they are very good. They are very good. But they don't come in emergencies. They don't. That is a problem. Zambia is in an emergency situation. We don't want just some diplomatic relationship. We want results. We want investment. And the Eastern Bloc are not very good at responding to these needs. They are not very good. That's where the Western Bloc beats them. And the HH has got that relationship with the Western Bloc. When I'm talking about the Western Bloc, I'm talking about the IMF and the European Union and the Americans and whatever. These, at least, they are helpful. They can come up with a plan on how to get you out of your problems. That is why HH, from my point of view, has got a better chance. Tell me who has a good diplomatic relationship with those people that can help us to come out of this problem. You tell me one leader, Mulemba, Lembe Nyapa, right there, tell me to say this leader has got that good relationship with the global superpowers, economic superpowers. Tell me which one, who can come and turn things around. Tell me. Your China is the one that has even vetoed. China vetoed the creditors meeting. They vetoed against Zambia. China, they have vetoed it. They have vetoed it. At the moment, China is the one that is blocking Zambia from clinching that debt restructuring deal completely. China has vetoed it. China has vetoed it. France, Germany and other countries, they have accepted Zambia's debt restructuring program. They have accepted it. But China has put a foot in it, has stopped it. They have vetoed it. And I'm telling you, if we don't clinch this deal this year, next year we are defaulting on the Eurobond. If we just don't manage to clinch a debt restructuring deal with our creditors, particularly China, who is putting in a foot, who is throwing in a spanner, we are going to be in trouble. Believe you me. We are going to be in trouble. Next year, we have got the Eurobond maturing. We need to pay. So if we don't succeed, we are in deep trouble. And that trouble, is it HH? Because some of you will be celebrating and some of you are happy. When China vetoed that, some of you were celebrating. Oh, IMF deal. Hey, backtracked. Hey, whatever. Who is going to suffer? Who is going to suffer? Hey, upu bandera ndapovo. Hey, upu bandera ndapovo. Upu wa win. Upu. Because even when you are celebrating, because hey, you spoke too soon. Hey, what were they celebrating? Whatever. Who is going to suffer? You think HH will suffer? You think HH will suffer? HH will never suffer. HH will never suffer. HH can walk out of that state house today. He can walk out. He will not suffer. Pero I'm sure Mambara na panga nempia pana panga. You think he's going to suffer? And you are celebrating, and you like those people. Those who are being negative, those who are shooting at HH. They have failed. You like them, and you also want me to join the bandwagon. You want me to come here. HH, he has failed. He has failed. Ni mwamuka chula. Ni mwamuka chula. Ero inesha kachuleko no kuchula kona hili. Inaenda jinchuleko. Inesha kachuleko. But ni mukachula. So fimwe fintu ifi mwakwata mano before tamula chita criticize. Before tamula chita mbwa mwatontonkanya. Mwaumfa bushefilishani fintu ifi. Filishani. Zambia nga chita default lukanya muno chalo lukanya. Ndemieva. Ifi fense muna ilishanya kwacha imulela ndapo ikaya pamulu. Fiwe fionse fika bipe fintu. So uliaye church mule bati shan mule samwa nafirwa arefirwa ngafirwa church ukesafiro ndoro la nani ukesafisova ni nani ukesafisova ni nani ngafirwa apafikire church ngafirwa where a church has reached. If he fails, who is going to sort it out? That is what you should be thinking about, especially you young people who are looking for employment. Especially you people who can't afford, medicines. Especially you poor people who can't afford to have a square meal. You need to be very worried. Don't follow these crooks of politicians. Don't follow these crooks of politicians who come to you talking as if they have solutions. They don't have solutions. They don't have solutions. All they want is to get into power, make money, and go away. And some of these people, we have their records. We have their records. Some of them, they also took advantage. They had a stint on government resources and they made money. Problem fena imobeni na Zambia mwali kwa tobu afya. Mufu afya wa kwa tefyuma atno eba kwa tamano eba temwa ama Zambians, and you give them leadership. At least HH is also not very clean. Kumiavi Chinga is not very clean. I'll be very honest with you. It's not very clean. But at least he's spending time. At least he's dedicated to kwewati awami ekwefi sove kekwefi. So your choice pano nangumu awen wunga na mushupa fika vipande nyeva fika bad. So support him. Don't listen to this nonsense that are saying afirwa. Debt restructuring tapali winga is over at the moment. So you would rather give him the support and not to kula wata fechi wate alienda sana. How much is HH getting out of Ukwenda? How much? Ni mwe musamwa. Nga wakwela kwendeke shani mnefe chawe chonse chumonati. HH alikuwa tolu pia. He doesn't need to show off. He doesn't need to be flying around. And some of us, let me tell you, some of us who have been flying, we get tired. Indeke yadi tunasha. Indeke, flying. It's not so pleasurable. It's not. Nga mwafika makumbi chapo, kula mwanafika makumbi chapo. At least na traveling on road. Kuti wa monako tukashana, wa monako shani. But munde kenga wakwela, kula mwanafika makumbi. It's boring up there. It's boring. Especially if you are flying some of these airlines with ugly women. You can't even enjoy. At least Ethiopian Airlines, Vafineshani, Wamonako Tukashana, whatever. But these other airlines, it's boring. It's boring. So it's cheap. It's being cheap. It's poverty of the mind to think that a head of state would be flying around because it is very cheap. Very cheap. Wuchushi. Muri nchushi femweka. Filami imomo la mone ndeke ati ndeke. It's very pleasurable kweli ndeke. And you think it's the same with HH. Forget it. For head of state, honestly. For head of state. No. There is nothing exciting about it. And then some of you are having this argument. No. HH. He was also saying the same thing about Edgar Lungu. Look. That's why I'm telling you that he's not the best leader. Yes, HH, when he was in opposition, he was also making very useless pronouncements, very useless criticism. He used to be very petty. But he used to be petty because that's what you like, you Zambians. That's what you like. You like people who are petty. Upon them here fishing, you don't like it. Nganamu mfa bwino panga ndebati eche tuwachabe chabe fie alenda sana alepuka mala wanze ya 500 whatever nishimwa mfa bwino. But he inende misura mano. And this is why I'm a different politician. This is why even by PF you didn't like me. Even whenever you PND they don't like me. They don't like me because I tell the truth. HH used to be petty. He used to be petty also. But because he used to be petty, should you also be petty? Bushani shimulia manomo. Iyo pantu HH Alexa criticize Edgar Lungu. So na ifotre Mr. criticize. Bushani shimulia mano. Bushani shimule kule chalo. Are you taking a country forward like that? Are you taking a country forward? Just because HH used to criticize Edgar Lungu. Now, in way you should criticize Edgar Lungu. Are you taking a country forward? Are you taking a country forward? Is that sensible? Is that reasonable? Yeah? You are okay, he used to be petty. And I didn't agree with him. Even when HH was whatever, Edgar Lungu was in opposition, was in power, I didn't agree with such pettiness. I didn't agree with HH. And the UPND, of course, they also called me names. Now I'm being called names by the PF because I'm not being petty. Hey, you want because of court cases. How has HH helped me? How has UPND helped me? Instead, they have put me in problems. Up to there, I'm still in problem. I'm still going to court. You think I'm happy? I'm not happy. But I want my country to move. I want my country to be saved from this guillotine that is coming next year and the year to follow. If we don't sort out the debt restructuring, mutampo ku paper. Start praying. Start praying because the ramification of defaulting are grave. I tell you, they are grave. So we need this to be sorted out, and that is where I am supporting HH because so far, from my point of view, the only man that has come so close to sorting out this debt issue, it's HH. Whether I like him, I don't like him, whether he has put me kumakoti, the only man at the moment that we have, ni HH. He has come so close. And the best that we can do is to support him. You can criticize him. Of course, you cannot like him for everything. It doesn't mean that when you support him on this one, you should support him also on other things. Other things we should criticize him. But you cannot just hate everything about the guy. No, at least on this one. On this one, on economic recovery, HH is our hope. HH is our hope. Yes, other people will say, hey, what about dollar? Dollar na here sana. And dollar, you have never even held a dollar in your hands. You don't even know the consequence of high exchange rate. You don't even know. You don't know. Some of you, you don't know. You know, we have got this perception all the time. Hey, dollar na here sana pamudu, dollar na here sana pamudu. You don't know that some countries, they actually devalue their currency. And it works out to their benefit. You don't know. You don't know that. Check the Chinese yen. China, at the moment, China is an economic superpower. Check the value of the yen to the dollar. Check it. Check it. Check it. Some countries, they actually devalue their currency because it is not always that your currency is devalued, that it is bad. Sometimes it works in your favor. Sometimes it works in your favor. Just that, you know, my economists talk about Mcharo, Yengi, you know, we have these economists that think that they know, but really they don't know. But nonetheless, this devaluation of the kwacha, partly we are to blame. Partly we are to blame, and partly and mostly it is this stagnation in the debt restructuring, because it has affected the global market, the way the investors are looking at Zambia, we are in a situation where people don't know which way it will go. Will the debt restructuring succeed or it will not succeed? So people with money are holding on to their money. They don't know which direction Zambia will go. They are thinking, if we invest in Zambia today, and Zambia does not clinch the debt restructuring deal, it means that next year, Zambia will go into bankruptcy. Zambia will go into bankruptcy, meaning there will be no business because the Zambians will not have a buying power. So that factory that I'm going to set, it will lose out. I will not make money out of my investment. That is why, so people are holding back. They are holding back. They don't want to bring in their dollars because only when dollars are coming into the country can the dollar, depreciate. It is a commodity. A dollar is a commodity. The fewer the dollars on the market, the more expensive the dollar becomes. The more dollars we have on the market, the cheaper it becomes. Dollar is just as good as any product. Nganati kwata tomato ingi. If there is a lot of tomatoes on the market, tomato will go down. It will go down because na fifula tomato. Chimo chinena dollar. Abantunga waleisa, if we have a lot of people coming with dollars, coming to invest, coming to do this and that business in Zambia, there will be a lot of dollars in the country. But because those people with money, those people with dollars are holding back, they are watching what is happening in Zambia. Will Zambia default next year? If they default, Zambians will be poor. Will be poorer because we are already poor. Zambians will be poorer. And if they are poorer, they cannot do business. They will have no buying power. So how can I come in Zambia and invest when Zambians don't have money? So I would rather hold back. Wait. I will not go to Zambia until I see how the debt restructuring is going. Until I see how the debt restructuring is going. And you have now some of these politicians busy on social media celebrating. Hey, HH Nafidwa. Hey, HH Nafidwa. And they are reading. Hey, Fletch take Zambia. So can Shviala repay Fintuka? Do you think they are going to bring their money? They will not bring their money. They will not bring their money. Meanwhile, HH is busy for my phone. Hey, hey, guys, Chilishani. Hey, Chilishani. Okay, Sakuno Tulande. Okay, Nana Kwela Pandeke, my own cancer. Ale Kwela Pandeke to go and discuss with someone. Chimocha poster. Hey, HH Arenda Sana. Hey, Aredi Impia. Impia and Sharedia HH. Muma trips. How much money does HH get? Tell me, what benefit does HH get flying around? What benefit does he get? Ukwelendeke. Wuchushi wenu wo. Mwewa monaka tukwelendeke something. Wuchushi wenu. Because not even at my level. Not even at my level. Nakia wandala nakamundeke. Nakia wandala naka naka kwelendeke. Imwe pantu mulinchushi. Mumonaka tukwelendeke. It's something. But surely not to the head of state, not to HH. And then, ngayo koko alea. What benefit is there? Imagine Alan Dinga, wherever, you can think of whichever country, even in America, Alan Dinga, more America. You think HH has got time to start walking around in the streets of America? You think HH has got time to go and see which disco house? You think HH has got time to go and eat at one of the one of the best restaurants in town? He doesn't have. The dude, in that position, he just goes into this big room in a hotel. That's it. And what good is there? Techari na gero, tet. Nafawa moto wako winungana uya out tu aliyako na ukuli yako. Nomba HH techari na gero. Because mdala refika mu meeting, mwafuma meeting mwayomu, mairo mwakwelendeke, you are coming back. What pleasure is there? What pleasure is there? So it is the poverty of the mind to think that a head of state is benefiting out of foreign trips. At you are talking like this because you want them to forgive you of your cases. So with what I've told you, can you counter? Why don't you counter? With what you are saying, why don't you counter? Why don't you come up with another argument to say, no, look, this is how he benefits. Why don't you come up with that argument? Why do you have to attack me personally? Come up with an alternative argument. There is nothing pleasurable. There is nothing fancy about jumping on a plane. There is nothing. There is nothing. It takes off. You are in the skies. You only see the skies. You don't see Jesus. You don't see God. You don't. You don't. Those guys, you don't see them. I wish heaven and whatever, but nothing. Until you come down. You come down for the head of state Mdala. He has got no time to go anywhere. Na disco house wako disco house kai kulata wako ishwa washana ko wa 03 kunganda dimi wasinda kona take away for the head of state takwa beef takwaba. So what is so pleasurable about it that you can be making an issue about the foreign trips? Hey, you should cut foreign trips. How much money are you going to save? How much money are you going to save compared to the money that is making and the connections that is making, which can sort out the debt restructuring? And of course, some of you are saying, oh, but what benefits is it getting? I mean, things don't just happen overnight. Things just don't happen overnight. Sometimes some of these benefits, I even told you last time that as HH is moving around, some of the connections that he's making will bear fruits maybe even after he has left office. Maybe even after he has left office. Because it doesn't happen over time. When they go and they sign MOUs, MOU is just an intention that these two countries or these organizations want to work together. But they start looking at different things. Okay, we are going to be importing this, but when we import it, what about the laws of the country? Will the country allow this? Will the climate allow this? Where are we going to put the factory? What about what? There are a lot of meetings that start going on when an MOU is signed, before the actual contract is signed. Before the actual contract is signed. So there is a lot that is going on, and these things don't happen overnight. This guy has just been in power for 2 years. 2 years. And some of these MOUs, they might take as long as 3 years before they reach maturity, before you start seeing benefits. So from my point of view, at least this guy is sowing seeds. Seeds that will grow. And eventually we will see them. But we might see them when he has even left. It is based on these observations that I say we have this guy as the best so far. Not that he's the best president, no. But at the moment, when you look around, you would rather stick with HH. Of course, I'm not very happy with some of these things, like today. I mean, the press conference of today was about him. First time this is happening. First time this is happening. First time this is happening. I mean, HH, come on. I mean, it's too much of self-praise. Too much of self-praise. Too much of self-praise. Too much. Come on. HH, you can't. Everything. First time. Come on, man. Come on. This world has been existing before you were even born. Before you were even born. Why do you want to come out like you are the magician? And of course, that is why, some of these people who are also petty, they want to see you fail. They want to see you fail. They don't have a reason, but they, just because of the boasting of HH, they want to see HH fail. But that is being petty, because HH is being boastful. I don't think it is good for us to wish him to fail. Let us look at our country. I agree HH is too boastful. Too boastful. Even today, he was just boasting. But as much as he is that boastful, let us look at our country. Let us ignore his personal weakness. Let us ignore that. Let us focus on the substance in this guy. Let us focus on the substance. Let us forget about these, external, what is that? What is the word? The appendices of this guy. Let us look at the real guy. What is in this guy? That's all. Can you do that? It takes some serious thinking and maturity. Otherwise, you just become petty. You become petty. Hey, because so let him fail. No. Sometimes just ignore some of these people. Ignore some of these people. Ignore some of these people. Chimona bagero. Chimona bagero. Some of these women can done them chibemba. You have to excuse me. I have to use bemba here. She's skitting. What? Especially Ayana Makara and the guy. Yadi shupa. And they shupa. If you are going to pay attention to her skitting, to her pettiness, if you are going to pay attention, Tawadiye, ignore. Ale yumfwa, hey Shani, I'm the most beautiful girl. What? Oh, okay, yeah. You are the most beautiful girl. Yeah. You are the most beautiful dressed. But plus what? What is better? What is better? Do you want to walk away from this girl because she's skitting around? Let her skit all she wants. Focus on what you want. That's why forever moturira basuma. Because tule shiva if you have sent our girl. Ale meka. It's okay. They can make it. At the end of the day. That's it. So HH can be skitting around. You are being boastful. To hell with him. Let him skit all he wants. But let's get what we want from him. This is the guy that can help us with this. So let him skit all he wants. Let him be petty if he wants. Me, I don't care. As long as he can deliver on this one, I will support him. That is my basis. Because a lot of you, if you talk about HH, why you don't like HH, really, it's petty things. You don't really talk about the real issue. It's petty things. Even the issue of that you talk about, tribalism, blah, blah, blah. To hell. If he's choosing whoever, as long as they are Zambians, as long as they can deliver, I don't care. Me, I don't care. If he wants, he can employ the entire Wengwa district. As long as they can deliver, I don't have a problem. If he wants, he can choose Southern province, as long as they can deliver. Because if they deliver on the economy, even the people in Wapura will benefit. Even the people in Kumia and Sukuchinsari, they will benefit. If they deliver, they can be all Tongas, I don't care. But if they can deliver, me, I don't care. I don't care. I'm telling you. I'm selling now. I'm selling roofing sheets. I want my roofing sheets to move at Guangzhou Roofing Company. I want to sell roofing sheets. And those roofing sheets, I don't care whether the government wants a tonga, as long as they are delivering on the economy and I'm selling my roofing sheets. I don't care. Why are you so being petty? Hey, regionalism. Ma Zambians. As long as they are Zambians, as long as they can deliver, me, I don't care. He can employ whoever he wants. I just don't care. Now, as long as deliver, it's okay for me. That is being petty. Unnecessarily. Hey, tribalism, forget it. As long as they can deliver, do your thing. If he gets all Tongas, it's a government of all Tongas, but they are delivering. Ndeshtisha Malata. Pagwanzu Roofing Company. Ndeshtisha Malata. Amalata, it's okay. I don't have it. It's okay. Who cares? You worry about that because tamkwete fya kuchita. You will make money even out of Tongas. You will make money. Because I want abatonga le English government. At the end of the day, abatonga they will bakafo amasuit, bamoneke wino. They will look for suits, and those suits, if you can deliver my suits, bala kushtabena muitwa. They want to eat. They will go to East Park to eat. If you can go and make a restaurant at East Park, they will come and eat. You think they will have to go somewhere else and you make money there. So stop making petty arguments. Petty arguments. Hey, tribalism. Nanguwapo ingisha nchito. You can be a member. You can be a member, but if you are not qualified and you can't deliver, why should you be employed? So really, from my point of view, we are being petty. Let us focus on the real issue. The press conference that he had, yes, there was too much boasting. But from my point of view, he spoke about, his plan, where he wants to take this country. And I would want to support him on that. And I want to support him even in 2026, if he's going to stand. I want to support him if he's going to continue on that trajectory. I will not be interested in his pettiness. I'll leave that aside. I will focus on what is doing for the good of this country. That is what I'll focus on. And that is what I'm focusing on. It's not that I have to like HH. I don't have to like HH. I don't have to have a relationship with HH. I don't have to. As long as the guy can deliver, well and good. They can use my phone. Musawa ireko. Nasawa irasa. They can use the phone. Mutu meko na imo musawa ireko. I think number iliyomo. Ile number ile I think iliyomo. I think iliyomo. Ile pa WhatsApp ile at 0763 30 2207 0763 30 2207 0763 30 2207. Try to call tumfwe mulande kona ino mulande konshakula landa sana these days. I want to concentrate on my business. Let me try to call it myself to see. Because it has been a long time. I don't have my phone in the divan. Let me try to call. 0763 30 2207. Zero 763 30 2207. Let me see. Oh, it's working actually. It's working. Hello? 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 So the number is working. 0763 30 2207. 0763 30 2207. Hello?
Mr. T.
Yes. Good evening.
How are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for your message. You know, to school kuno social understand and that's why we share compliments of the season on twice. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please. Good evening.
Good evening. Wewe tuangu kwa mwasawa ila watayari.
Mkwai. Naimo sabai. Sabai.
No, but Mr. Tayali. But la foku ipusha uno wewe kwanza kwa iko kanomba tu amana party sometimes na kwa to kudrufia. So ipo imwe pano wenu fi. Mwalando kweva because us Zambians what we want is the best, not good but the best. You said the Abalipo is good at the moment.
Yes.
Why can't you be the best?
Myself.
So you can't be the best. Yeah, you seem to be knowing all.
Very good.
Abama basakisa muri inshila, abama basakisa muri inshila. Tebula kwati mbimwe na mfishi ba fiance. Why can't you be the best?
Lekeni miasuki. Why can't I be the best? Ine na HH Mungu mvukishe bwino. Ine na HH I am better than HH. I'm telling you. Me being president, I'm better than HH. But the issue is, I am not anywhere near to presidency. I'm not anywhere near to presidency. And
why?
Why? Being near to presidency, it takes a lot. Number one, it requires resources. So even myself, when I'm saying me, I'm better than HH, I am sure there are also better people than me. A lot of them out there. But being close to presidency, number one, it requires a lot of investment in terms of resources. That is number one. In terms of resources, for example, I mean, you are talking about millions of dollars to become president. I want to, not that, because balefo kudiamo or whatever. Ukuna to shimuruke chalo chonse chino. Abantu bafile bakuishiba. People must know you.
Yes.
But for you to go around the entire country, it requires a lot of money. That campaign we talk about, mulamona efyama chopa makwati fipaso. Yai mayai kalapa. Just to hire a chopper on average is $400,000. $400,000. Where na life nyakuisa. So in terms of resources, I'm very far. And then nangunaiba tiyo, ndise pano pa social media, nchite campaign. Ngachako wati imwe bantu mulefiro kunjafua. Ukulipira ma lawyers 50 pin ya shupa. 10 pin ya shupa. No mbanga ma dollars ayala moneka. That is so ama resources they are needed. Number two, you need to have connections. Iyo connection iyo. Alamwe bantu tuila ibe pati yo abantu fe baima bayaposa mama voti ati wabakateka awe. There are a lot of forces, invisible hands that are at play before one becomes a president. There are a lot of invisible hands, including these foreign nations. They have got interest. They pump in, eba leta nempia, eba leta na ma observers, munamwine ma observers wasangati, naba bikamo naba kukutira kampeni, naba kukutira shani. Invisible hands, you must have that connection. Ine pano mwalinji shiba imwe, yes, thank you very much. But nibanga bambia banjishiba outside the country. If you really I'm a business community. Nibanga, I don't have. HH had that. HH had the money, HH had the connection. Even now, a pallet taker, that even to debt restructure, you need those connections. Because if you don't have those connections, those bigger powers, and they will make sure that so that watashani wafirwa, like what happened in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, when Mugabe was there, they didn't like him. Those bigger powers. What did they do to Zimbabwe? Look at Zimbabwe. Mugabe was not a bad leader. But those people, the invisible powers, they worked on Zimbabwe and made Mugabe look bad. So this is what I'm talking about. If I had the resources, if I had the connections, the right connections, then by church na ine 2026 tureimba na inamamumeno. But for now, I'm wondering, from myself. No mandore shepali bambi. Niba nani? Tapali.
Okay, that is your opinion. Okay, that's good. Now, but since we need to give chance to others, my other question is, you know that we have been observing the politics, how people are being finished in politics. Can't you realize that for you, today you support this one, the other day you support that one? This is how Bernard Shimbagambwili and the others have their political careers are doomed. Now, can't you realize for yourself? Because we see you to be a future leader. Now, if you start, you go this side, people don't know your stance. Because what I can see, since the current president entered into politics, he has been in one party up to date. Now, for you, it's like politics have changed now. But Michael started changed from UNI, PMMD, and what until he met his own political party and he went. He didn't support anyone. It was just alone, just that. But for you, see you support this one today. Let's hope in 2026, as you have said it, you remain to him. Along the way, you will not change to say, no, this time I'm supporting them, or this time I'm going to Kara. Let's hope so.
You have made a point. Wait a minute.
What we have seen you as Zambians.
Let me respond to you. Already you have made a point.
Yes.
You have made a point. You see, it takes wisdom and intelligence to realize the truth. It takes wisdom. So sometimes it is not my fault if you cannot realize my point. For example, there was a time when I was supporting Balungu.
And you were scandalizing the current one.
Let me finish. I'll give you.
Okay.
I'm telling you that it requires wisdom and intelligence to see the point. And if somebody doesn't see the point, it is not my problem. So, like I was trying to give you a point that Balungu, there was a time when I was saying Balungu because Balungu, like I'm saying, Balungu has got potential to raise those resources. Balungu has the connection as a former head of state. And Balungu had the experience of running the country. At that point, I was busy campaigning by Edgar Lungu. And of course, when you are campaigning for one person in politics, you have to damn the other one. I had to damn HH. And Balungu, he couldn't take an opportunity of the situation that arose. He didn't. And when he didn't, I saw that I changed. So I changed not because I'm just a whimsical person who just goes everywhere. No. I realized that no, Mbapali by HH. Today I'm saying by HH is on the right trajectory. And he has started a campaign for his second term. I'm going to support him. But look, if Mairo, by HH, Vafma Munshira, Vatampo Kukolwa, Vatampa corruption, you think I should continue supporting him? No ways. And who are Kwatamano, he will be able to realize to say, Echo Tayali achinjisha, Nicho va HH. Na wambo kukolwa, nicho wa HH, na wafuma munshira. But ule ushkweta manu.
That's good, okay.
But ule ushkweta manu, okay. You will say, Tayali, ala chinja. Nda chinja, I always give reasons.
Okay. So my brother, now what I can advise you, see the words that you are using before, because you never know where you are going. So when you are scandalizing someone,
I don't scandalize. I don't scandalize. What do you mean scandalize? I don't scandalize.
You do.
No, okay, tell me which scandalize.
Okay, how? Okay, if you don't get it, okay, in short, do not damage so much.
No, I have to damage.
That's the way I
have to
but
tell you.
But we are saying that you don't have, you have no stance. This is what we are saying now.
Then if I don't move for sure. And I'm even courageous to follow my stance. I'm even courageous. Others don't have courage. I've got the courage to take my stance and I follow that stance. Mato ya kwete stance. Ni stance apani kwata stance. Stance kwete kwati ngachita wino. I will follow him. But ngana mona tale chita wino achinja afuma munshira. I will change my stance. And that is my stance. So how can you say I don't have a stance? Vishani shimuli ya manomo. Ala? Tia na kutumena mafoni 0763 302207 0763 302207. So I mean tapala phone ingachita. I can't. If you can't see my point, I can't. I can only pray for you that you see reason. But otherwise, from my point of view, I don't just do things. I always have reasons. And I even come here and tell you, if I change my position, I come and tell you to say, why I've changed the position, it's because of this and that and that. But if you don't see it, you are just, no, now change it. No. If you don't have your change, now you change. Should you just stay? I don't know. Now land that 2026 to come support the HH. Hello, in case of what yo, Mopane, ile bachira ndati Mopane, na bashitisha. Na bashita. And they have got an equity of 49% against 51%. Hello, kisa what yo, muli 49%, 20% ya kwa HH. Nishilimuka wala. Ni deception. Na kisa you dala chabajani. Whatever 49% is going to Zambians. Now, can you muli 20% yo? I will not accept that. And you think I'm going to allow him I'm going to continue just because na diende pa social media to say, no, I'm supporting HH. No. Ngalufya nyamdara kumchinjisha mano. Hey. Ngafya mipa kumchinjisha. Yo wale supporta walungu. Walungu fumeni. But vekele fi cowardice. Na papene walungu walisa. What is he doing? Where is he? Politically, where is he? Ukula kopata ma picture, lero wakopa picture bali so, lero wakita shani. Kwati ni nani kane, ni ati shani, shani badia. Waweta shani. Kwati beauty contest. Badia, avena Roland Musiska. Mweta shani badia. Ama models. Kwati ni model, lero waku kolchiro, waku kwa picture na uchita so. Mailo wabuka na uchitaso ema politics. Ma politics mdala kufuma. Kula kwenye fika vile waya. Bale bati tule kuikata waya wala vesinga bakuikata kufininga kukuikata bakuikata. Ema politics. Ile ndafu manalefu mapa na ufila tibalungu. Kuli wakapokola pageti na liya kirikiti na ya na iposa. Mu street ndepunda no kupunda. Kuiposa kukosa. Ema politics. Not na mwika na munga ndamule pero tuma statements. Tumairo press conference. Mwako hata press conference. Mukia kabisira. Nama questions. You can't even allow journalists to ask you questions. And you say, yo, vale wele rapo. Take fiwombe mdala. Take fiwombe. Kukala wanama politics. Kukosa. Tien, tumen. Mwatina. Mwiratina. Tumen. 0 pa WhatsApp. Call me on WhatsApp 0763 302207. Tumeni Mairo Shakarande. Mairo Shakarande karasha malata kugwanzu. Mukese na mkushita kwa malata. Mwaisa njombola kwa malata ndeshisha malata. I'm selling roofing sheets now at Guangzhou Roofing Company. Mwaisa nsapotako. Mwaisa nsapotako. Mwashita kwa malata. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Hello? Yes, mwabom. Peni ba Tayali mkwai.
Mkwai mwabombe.
Ao tulipe wino wa karamba kwena tuwaumfwa ekyo mwalanda kwena file panga sensi. Kumuntu fie uwa kwa tamano uyo chita analyze ama issues critically. You understand to say this man means well. But this is the issue with most of the Zambian people. is that they like to criticize even when they don't understand issues.
Yeah. Which land dishafye?
Kulanda vechkurufye nabo balusambo bambo kulanda nabena ba joiner. Hence, these politicians that don't mean anything good for the Zambians, they capitalize on that. Because they are not able to see, and they think a politician is a wise man, is the only one who has got the eyes to see good things, and themselves they feel if we tungachita better than this one. You know, they were in government for 10 years. They worked there. They did their best, which they could. What more is it that they are going to do when they are brought back in power? Nothing. If not that they will come to root more than what they have done already, or to come and protect the things that they have been hiding all this time. So, like you said, to say the best man that we have at the moment is the president. Let's engage him. Let's help him to get to somewhere because it means well. I was thinking today to say the way we behave sometimes Zambian people is that we behave like a wife who sees the husband going to work tirelessly and still come back and shout at him to say, you are just going to see women and everything and so on. You see, this is how the Zambian people think to say, in a position of a president like him, can go to America to go and do window shopping rather than going to sit down and analyze and see the solution to the problems Zambians are going through. So even if he's a bad man, me, I feel he can't be perfect in all things that he does, but he has Zambian people on his mind.
Thank you.
And he's trying by all means to do what he can do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How is everything?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm feeling good. Are you coming to Guangzhou to buy some roofing sheets?
Currently, I've already bought roofing sheets.
Wow.
I've just remained with the planks now.
Okay, no. Next time, or if you see someone who is looking for roofing sheets, refer them to my company. I want to make money. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Estimates, I've got only 2 points, which I would like to share with the other callers and you. One, you are saying that our president is the only person who can save us right now here in Zambia. But myself, I can't support that because natukwata enkongolation sana and twalikwata ama precious stones since 1964 up to now. Tapaba was tapa benefit nango kuma precious stones. I mean kuma nantani ayo kwata muno Mzambia. Tapaba no one.
Kuma minerals, yes.
Then, yeah, yes, minerals, yes. So, inenda kondema, each president who is apoku Kongola, each president who is apoku Kongola, tapali isikatwa kwa. The only thing what they can do, ila go jiwa sendiri kula kwa airport. Ni state wa Kongo ya vaimba hewa pangano tu na bloko ya go jiwa lipiri na mwen Kongole. Chitaba FQM ngana wakata project wa Kongo la FMP kula kwine wa mkongola kwa F ku IM achikushani
kwa IMF
ero nga bakongola batampo kulipirira mukopa ife finte fo twaishiwa n'enkongole nshapwa nomba ifo nyinshi wale zafika capitalize pali ifo bene fwe bantu aba PF efo twavote okufunyapo PF kwe bataba balipo bachinje apandera ndaso brother wanderapa kukana kutakwa amenshi but yonse balanda okwebati CDF yala kumana temu no mbalile so abana abo balisha inankane kafrafta dam instead yako ati bapwirikishe ku CDF zero abantu mundo labalira fyamenshi singe potengalambe pako bati bawombera po babuteko. Things are not good. Or even if we have got the president who can help us to solve some other problems, nothing is happening.
Thank you, my brother.
President.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. He has made a good point.
Hello.
Hey, hello. Hello.
Hello, Chilufya.
Kwa mshanaim.
Uno nebo mtari kundora.
Kwa landeni wa mtare.
Ndifo ndendo kwa panono shishe maybe mwibafe emotion but ndifo maybe fishinka. Ba Chilufya. Ine ndebo kushabuno buyo bya mwali support PF. Ine lidi ashia date restructuring share this understand but mwalisa dilondora buyo sana mwalisa tugosola kweba tunaisa chita understand mwalisa njisuro omuntu.
Okay, nalandira cha londora nalandira cha
Bae chechi iliri ashia date restructuring chimufide fya kweba ati wafwayo omwana kashi. Omwana kashi walanda na ngai yakusumini ati mupani batu amufika wafika pofi wamulansha nyoni kutemwa shani ero nomba wa Isaya kunganda wambo kwewa family we okay nimfwa yo mwana kashi benyi tenkwambyo kupangana nguchiranga mlo ndifo okupa but nishi ulo mwana kakubina.
Very good.
Mwaisa ronda tshira yeke ya if ya debt restructuring alero mbo kwewa akambyo kulipira inkongole kumurundira kusha kwebati instead ya kulipira bamubikira kwa maezi then mwalisa Chilufya you the same person that iro ya mpawa dala we sharp ingongole not even coin dali pera po MPA yonse ba Chilufya ma there mwalisa that if barambo kubesha ingongole then if life shupa if into pipes obina dabo mwalisa mbukulundira ba Chilufya mwalisa tobosora bwino sana ubunga bwali paliso apanomba bwafikapa fiwe we ali paliso apanomba afikapa nomba echechi Gambo kulipia linkongole bishatuke karashani.
Very good. Lolela first bembera before taula kuntaji. If you walanda fishing ero nakutemwa sana mwachwandi na la kutumina kona kanani kane lelutwa chisha kwa malata ka profit na chikwata ka 100 kwacha na la kutumina pantu ulo mfuikisha. You listen to the points and you have explained very well. Now, just before you go to the next point, let me just update on that. It is true, I criticized the celebration. Iyo ba elechita, iyo ba bwelele ba UPND. Balita mpoko sa celebrate. Ero nale banachi, mwambo kusa celebrate, ifintu tafila fikirishiwa. Mwambo kusa celebrate, umwana kashitamula tala sumina. And indeed, if you're not ndide, lelo na fikirishiwa, in the sense that bale chita celebrate and yet shirien Kongole nishitawala kwata agreement na chachi inelelo China nakano kusaina, they haven't signed. So what I said then and what is happening today, it has come to pass. But now lelo ndewo kwebati nangu chave if you kwebati at the moment tatusaine, we should not celebrate that yo fitatwala ndire chawa mate papa to alivebelati you are celebrating before you sign te papa mwafirwa tuichite fyo yo tie ntroleshe pachalo chesu pandunga chakwa titabasaine next year tukachita default tukaba muchibe efyo ndelanda so filamala ndire ishichinjishe yo. I'm just bringing back the point to say, yes, they celebrated early. They celebrated too early. But today where we are, we should not celebrate to say, te papa wa firwa. We should try as much as we can to support them so that basaine. Pantunga tabasaine tukabamuchive. You can now go ahead, my brother. Hello?
Congolation bali bwetako vila ndevo kushamwalanda tabwe shitapona ngo coin nombo wati mwe vindu vya chupazo nombo wati mwangambo kubwili so baba nisi namupira buka mamulando
nshipiri wiki na papene tabali pirapo na ngushimwe nkongole tabali pirapo nomba ngachakwa ati next year ngachakwa ati wachita default it means we must pay, we must start paying, and if into na fishu palelo nomba imagine next year ngato wachita default twakanoko tufiro twatampo kulipira chikabashani. So from my point of view, I have not changed anything. I was saying apart from na fishupa taturambo kulipira nkongole. And if on the randana de lokovati ababantu, if they fail to strike that restructuring deal, if they fail, it means we have to start paying. If we start paying, things will be difficult. So in Mune, she changes share. I'm still saying the same thing. Go ahead.
So she didn't go what she had to affect as each other because Tamarambo.
In Congole, she had to affect, yes. And the number one for number. Your question was Chimonako. So how is the debt affecting us now? How the debt is affecting us now? Ni ya kwewati. Nam kwata finanachira londo lokobati ulabomba. Hello. Hello? 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 Uyu mulumendo na kwata sana manonimu temwe chine chine. Ndefa mtumine kwa 100 kwa chafe iya ma bundles. Ndefa mtumine kufea 100 kwa chafe ma bundles uyu mulumendo. Na alitemwa abantu ali kwata manomu aichoyo. Alo mfwa. Elo ala sungira. Fionso fona aliranda na afilanda. I like such people. Na phone yaputuka. Yaputuka. Mulumendo iwe ndefwa ya ushenikuisa ishiwe namba ilia. I want to send you 100 kwacha for bundles. Pantulo mfabu wino sana. Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Empire, Batari.
Empire.
Ena twatla fokulanda ko pali talk team ko.
Empire, London.
Na twatla fokulanda ifomulanda fishing. Kande yokusha kwali last time walande mo pali topic ya bayukiye ndukanda londora kuno wine into. Nga bakite taba background balonda tifinti kuchiti so na so kubantu tabarondora same applies like kunalire ku atipaka we trades paka trades na pena no aliyasanga chama guy kibengi abasendera abalishita benefit rama shasi for which is having apana kubai abata abantu ngamwatwa paka we trades pali mukayasanga kibengi abalishita benefit kunrama shasi. So you can kwa strategy karambi ya kuchanga ya kurupisha abantu tofuba leta yiki. So that kin bakwa abarondoreshinga ku bantu tofuba leta yiki. Batangeti musibenti leta umba. So so it's mulero ndreli awe fishing.
Natolo la mwa. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Walishana mkwae?
Buna femu kwa munishana.
Buna, ni wrong number na wani wapu.
Hello?
Hello? Bosi mabomba shani?
Buna femu kwa?
Iwa bwana tayari na unonga namba.
Iyo ni nemkwai muri live hapa chalo chonse chile mfo London.
Okay. Nachava kuipusha kupachwa bara mwachara nana vena mwachi raising a point about ya better than HH. So nachava murondo loko pa nono. Tumfwe how you are better than HH.
Okay, iliyali ashiriku.
So that
iliyali ashiriku lilio nkadileta fe one day. Nkadileta for one day, not lero. Pandu lero nangu nsaba ile tam better than HH. I mean, ishile iminina. And I don't stand a chance of contesting an election anytime soon. So for now, I'll leave that story. There will come a time when I'll be able to tell you who Chilufya Tayali is and what I think, what vision I have for this country. For now, naturally, it's okay.
Okay.
Hello? Vision I have for this country. For now, hello.
Okay, my president, Bombe.
Yeah, I'm Bombe.
Yeah, I'm quite. My president, in the Fokulanda Kopano,
I'm quite landing.
Analyze the different views concerning the debt structure.
Okay, very good.
The president here has a different view to say that the debt structure it is nothing but just a scam.
Okay.
I'll qualify my point.
Sure.
Our national resources in terms of minerals, which God has given us, if you use the exploration and the deposits that we have, the country is valued maybe just above $20 trillion. Okay? So looking at that amount of money and looking at the money that we owe, somebody can just begin to relax and, feel comfortable. The only thing that is lacking in our leaders is wisdom. You see? Because even you, Mr. Tayali, you can owe someone maybe like 20,000 kwacha, but when you are expecting something like 3 million kwacha, it doesn't bother you much because you know that you clear that.
It's nothing, yes.
Yes. So to me, what I consider is ama leaders wesu amano share pelelele. It's not that we twalikuwa Kongole because what PF borrowed. We are able to see the structure, we are able to see the roads, we have to see the hospital and the schools and everything. You see? But now, what we are lucky right now, because now UPND, they have gone halfway of the term.
Yes.
And out of that halfway of the term, I see somebody getting into a football pitch, trying to play football without even scoring or anything. The man is tired. This is halfway. So to be honest with you, me, I'm coming in a different direction, I would say. But boss never feel. Okay. It's not about the connection. It's not about because look at Pombe Magufuli, the former president of Tanzania. He wasn't moving too much.
No.
He just used his resources. The resources which God given him, and he applied the rule of law and discipline in the country. The country in Africa became number one in terms of economy. They started paying off the debts. So really what we are lacking is literally nothing. And then again, we cannot always to measure ourselves with the dollar, American dollar, where we don't do business. Why don't we shift, go to yen with China where we do business?
Okay, now, so listen, my brother. I hear you. You are basically saying this country is very rich. We have got wealth, which is more than $20 trillion. And what is it that you are talking about? 17 billion. What is that? It's nothing. Now, here is a point, my brother. That wealth that you are talking about, in terms of minerals, that wealth that you are talking about, it is not wealth that you can readily access. It is a wealth that needs investment for you to get it out. And for you to get that investment, to get it out, we don't have the investment ourselves as Zambians. We don't have the investment. And that is where we need other people to come and invest in the mines so that they can be able to access those minerals. Otherwise, we will have what we have in Chingola, where our brothers were digging using iminwefye and banaingira mu gwendo kwati nibakoswe. And at the end of the day, chaba dirikira, and up to now, we are still struggling to get them. For us to get that wealth, we need that investment. But that investment to come, our economy must be stable. It must be stable. Because if it is not stable, those people who have got investment will not come into the country. And this is where HH is doing all these rounds, going to these countries where there is possible investment, so that he can woo that investment to come into the country. So you cannot get those minerals if a 20 million namakasu, we will never get those minerals. We need the machinery, we need the technology, and that technology, that machinery, we don't have it. Who has it? It's the people where HH goes.
Okay. Let me come in this way, Mr. President. I'm not trying to catch on your time. But
no, please go ahead, yes.
ZCCM was not run by white people. Primarily was run by black people, like George Chibuye,
yes,
Kaunda Lembalemba, those managers.
Yes.
And when you look at ZCCM audience, or when you look at ZCCM, by that time it was RCM,
yes,
Ankana, yes, Copper Mine, Rwansha Copper Mine, all those kind of things. When you look at that period of time, the production was okay, the accidents were less, but yes, we are run by Zambians.
Yes.
But the people who put in the money, it was the outsider.
Yes.
So now, why do we always look for outside when we have people who can run the mines here? Because even the Chinese, they don't know how to run the mines. You can find the Chinese with canvas and tropicals underground.
Yes.
So, but Zambians, they know how to run the mines.
Yes, but
why do they always have too much confidence outside than living the...
The issue is not about human resource. The issue is about capital investment. That's a difference. We may have people that know how to do mining. The challenge that is there is that they don't have the capital investment. Capital investment to bring those heavy machinery which cost a lot of money. And yes, there have been arguments whereby people say, no, but why don't we also go and borrow? Because these Chinese who come, they also don't come with their money. They also borrow. The issue that comes in there is that for us, for you and I, my brother, to go and borrow money in China, it is practically impossible. But for the Chinese, it is easier. For the Western countries as well. For you and I, my brother, for us to go and borrow money from, let's say, some of these financial institutions in Europe, it is hard. A black man, Chilufya Tayali, na iwe na inetwasenda na tuma briefcase, tule ya tukongole nda nama ku Europe. They will not give us. But aba utenkanda, aba sungu banavo, they will give them the money. And this is where the problem comes in. You and I, we cannot access the money. And that is what HH was also talking about, which when he presented in France, he said, if we're Africa, to get money, it's very difficult. And if we have to get that money, it is on high interest rate. But for their fellow Bazungus, they get it easily and at a cheaper cost. So that is the challenge that we have. And for us to succeed, unfortunately, it needs us bootlicking, it needs us going back and forth to them, pleading with them. And this is why I'm saying HH is not wrong to go back and forth to these countries, because he's trying to negotiate with those who have the economic power, the capital investment, which we need.
Okay, but President, sorry, I know a lot of people, this is a big program for you. But lastly, but Tayali I received investors who wanted to invest in Mopani and copper mine, and they were ready even to pay off Bagrenco and to pay off Vandeka. I pushed in the letter, and I'm sure State House has got that record.
Okay.
Now, because of the people surrounding the president, I'm sure, if never reached him, but a lot who surround the president, I've got those copies, and the documents, I have them. They were ready to clear early, the time he just became a president. But everything was pushed away. I'm the eyewitness. Until my guys who were investors, they became frustrated, and they wanted to bring big money, not even the small money. They are begging for IMF. And they wanted to do that on a humanitarian ground, whereby the paying of back that money should come out of the profit. You see, which was a very good condition.
Yeah.
But now, what I'm trying to say is this. That's why I'm saying that woman on because sometimes even the people one or two things. You see? What we need now is not to get money. What we need now is better system. We give them copper, they give us the machinery. Okay? We give them equipment, because when you give them copper and they give you paper, they just print those paper. There's no value.
Yeah. No, I hear you, my boy. I hear you, my brother. I hear you, my brother. Don't worry. Keep those contacts. When I'll be president, we might need those people. We might bring them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So, Ifyabani, you see, I want to go back to that point that young man made. That young man said, you said by HH and by UPND. Let me pick this one. Hello? Hello? Hello?
My brother, man, how are you?
I'm fine.
How are you, Mr. Tayali?
I'm okay, thanks.
I'm okay, thank you. Good. Come season. Yeah, you know what it is, my brother? What's happening is this. In Zambia, I know you can say that.
The network here, hello? Ah, Lord. Oh, Lord, you can call again. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Hello?
Yes, please, you can go ahead.
Oh.
Hello?
The line was very bad.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Are you getting me now?
Though it's breaking, but let's see. Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yes. The president said the issue of and everything you see? So Ingankale Bwanji Kanyamumowa, Mr. Tayali, we says here in Zambia that we can make money. So why the president was saying that no of Sidrite and these minerals Ninkani Amumowa? No, we have in Zambia. And what it is, these whites, it's what they want. They just want to come and grab minerals. That's why they give us money. Do you think that this that they are giving us is just for free? The answer is no. That's why we are seeing a lot of whites coming to Zambia. You see? because they want something. It's not that no, because we are friends to the whites and this. No, there is something that they want. Let me tell you, come 2026, people, they are tired. You know, these 2 years, being like we are in prison. I'm telling you, somebody can't make money. When you make money, they send police. When you this, it's a lot of problems. So Indians brought money in the country to make that law, dear Kush road. You know that the money was seized. You see, seized. You can't do anything. To do this and this, they want to nunya you. So those are the things that is happening. We can't do anything. Yeah? So 2026, Mr. Tayali, all over UPN.
Thank you.
Come next year. Come next year February. How much will be the meal? How much will be the meal? You tell me this platform again, and I'll ask you to say that, Mr. Tayali, bungamanja for 850. I'm telling you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was a serious, my brother is very upset. He's very upset. But look, actually this point, let me make this point also to the UPND. Let me make this point to the UPND. By UPND, from the way HH spoke, it is clear to me that HH has started campaigning for his second term. It's very clear. But I want to tell you, by UPND, I want you to listen very carefully. You don't assume, don't be overconfident. HH seems to be very confident that 2026 will just be a walkover. I want to tell you that be very careful. Be very careful, because some of these things that we are talking about, especially economic statistics, economic indicators, these things, people, the majority Zambians hardly understand them. They hardly understand them. So if you are going to go by, no, we are doing this, things that do not really affect the basic life of people, listen to me very well. I am saying, if you are going to rely on things that do not affect the basic life of people, then you are doomed. You are doomed. This issue of millennium, this issue of commodity prices, these are big issues. And whilst you are trying to sort out the debt restructuring, the debt mountain, you cannot ignore the issue of commodity prices. You cannot ignore the issue of fuel. You can't ignore that. And I'm telling you, if you are not careful with the attitude that you have, because you also have this attitude, you know, you are overconfident. You are really overconfident. But I can tell you by UPND, you are going to have it very difficult. You are going to have it very difficult. And I want to tell you, very difficult, not even 2026. You might have a challenge even before 2026. The way you are handling some of these things, hey, I'm watching and I'm like, these guys. Don't think that intimidating people into silence, that it's good. I saw the journalists who were asking questions and the way the president was answering. To be honest with you, me, I was not impressed. I was not impressed the way the president answered to that journalist who are KBN. I was not happy. I was not happy with the way the president handled the question that came from that journalist, I think from Millennium Radio. That was quite emotive. That was quite emotive. The president charged. But you know, those questions that you are trying to put aside, those are things that people want to hear. That is what makes political sense to a lot of people. You can't ignore the kachepa. You can't ignore Kachepa. As a politician, don't ignore the rumors. Don't ignore the propaganda. Don't ignore the innuendos. Don't ignore them. Don't ignore them. Address them squarely. You can't respond like that to say, people are saying that you have sidelined the vice president and the president gets charged into emotions. This question is irrelevant because it's basically said it's irrelevant. But those are relevant issues that people want to hear. They don't want to hear about IMF. They are not interested. They don't want to hear about IMF. They don't want to hear about China. They don't want to hear about Eurobond. They want to hear how much is a bag of mini meal. They want to hear who is in government and so on and so forth. There is something that is testy in the minds of the people politically. And as a politician, you will not be a good politician to ignore what tastes sweet in the minds of the people. In the minds of the people, you need to address that. That is the press conference, the entire press conference was for the elite, people who can understand. But what about the woman in the compound? What was in that message, in that press conference of today? It was the last one of this year. What did HH say which resonated with the woman in the compound, with the woman on the streets, with the youth on the streets? What did he say which resonated with that young person? What resonated? From my point of view, the press conference was full of, what is this, elitist language, aristocratic content. That is what was there. But with the people, and so be very careful with 2026. 2026, be very careful. You may be thinking of Mingalato and whatever, but when people change their mind, when they turn around, it's very difficult to bring them back. And you, PND, you still have a chance. But if next year goes on like this, I can rest assure you that HH will lose presidency even before 2026. I'm telling you this. HH will lose presidency even before 2026 if the status quo continues. That babbling with elitist language will not help HH to retain in second term. And the attitude of the Chola boys around, of making the president, telling the president that everything is working, even what hasn't been done, even things which are at the point of an idea. It is just an idea. It is just an idea. And you are talking as if it has happened. You are busy babbling about CDF. You can babble about CDF as much as you want. You can talk all you want from here to heaven. But CDF, from my point of view, from my analysis, CDF has not reached the ground. CDF has not yet touched the lives of the majority Zambians. It hasn't. It is so much spoken about, but the people on the grounds have not yet felt the impact of CDF. The youth out there have not yet felt the impact of CDF. Free education, you can talk as much as you want from here to America. That free education has not yet been appreciated by the poor people that it is targeted for. It hasn't. It has not yet hit them for them to appreciate. If you think it has, you will see what will happen in 2026. So some of these things, be very careful when you are boasting about them, because they can just be in your mouth and not in the lives of the people. I think I'll leave it here for tonight. I'll leave it here for tonight. Tomorrow I'm working. I'm going to Guangzhou Roofing Company. I'm selling roofing sheets. Please come and buy roofing sheets from us. Support us. We don't get paid in politics. We have tried to do our best in politics, but nothing is coming. And you people, you don't like poor people in politics. So, I mean, some of us now, we are withdrawing to do business. So come and support me in my business. Politics, I'll be doing it here and there because really, I mean, it has brought more problems for me than the benefits that I get. I appreciate how you appreciate me, how you applaud me, but I think let me try to do a little bit of business for now. I will not be doing so much politics. I'll be doing it here and there. Only when it is necessary, I'll come and talk. Otherwise, I'm very grateful that you joined me tonight. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your cause. I appreciate your interaction. Much as we may not agree, but you know, that is human nature. We can't all look at things the same way. And I hope those in power would also look at it to say, we can't all agree, but we can learn something from each other. We can learn something from each other. Thank you very much. May God bless you. May God bless Zambia. Good night.